Good evening and welcome to the first episode of the Battletalk show. I am your host, Noah Adamani, and I am absolutely over the moon to be joining United Football Media on this journey throughout the entirety of the UFL season. I will be covering my beloved St. Louis Battlehawks on their quest for a UFL championship come June, and we are absolutely rolling to start this season, 2-1 through 3 weeks, and we are coming off of a remarkable victory down in San Antonio this afternoon against the formerly undefeated San Antonio Brahmas. It was an absolute barn burner of a football game. The Battlehawks came away with a 31-24 victory on the road as favorites, despite the home team being undefeated going into week 3. The major key to victory for the St. Louis Battlehawks this week was getting Hakeem Butler involved in the offense and not relying solely on Marcel Aitman catching the football. I will give major credit to the Brahmas defense. They game planned for Marcel Aitman all week long, and they essentially took him out of the football game. He only had one catch for 3 yards, essentially a non-factor. And that opened the door right up for A.J. McCarron's favorite target, Hakeem the Dream Butler, number 88, XFL leader last year in receiving with 8 touchdowns during the 2023 season. He had an absolute domination type of performance. 6 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown, and monster plays, one of which was down the stretch. 3rd and long, A.J. McCarron heaved one up down Main Street, and Hakeem Butler came down with 2 defenders at midfield to earn the first down and essentially take the Brahmas out of the football game. The first half was all Battlehawks in terms of scoring, as they held an 8-point lead going into halftime and were going to take the ball at the start of the third quarter. And we felt as though momentum was solely in the hands of these St. Louis Battlehawks, but we were sorely mistaken as they came out of the gates in the third quarter totally out of sorts as they received the ball to start the third quarter, and on the first play from scrimmage, fumbled it on their own 35-yard line, and San Antonio managed to pull within 1 score early in the third quarter. The next several defensive possessions for these St. Louis Battlehawks were filled with penalties and blunders, one of which was a brutal roughing the passer. Another was a pass interference, which again led to Brahma's points, to the point where this game was 20-18 in favor of the Battlehawks, a very slim margin when there were points throughout the football game where the Battlehawks had a comfortable double-digit lead. Of course, I mentioned the impact that Hakeem Butler made throughout the entirety of this football game, but what was the difference maker on the offensive end was A.J. McCarron's ability to spread the wealth and find unique ways of reaching the end zone, one of which was in the early going. He managed to high step into the end zone himself when coverage was nearly perfect on the Brahmas side and the play broke down. He found a gap right down the middle of the field and tiptoed his way into the end zone. And another was Jacob Sailors, who was inactive last week, I believe a healthy scratch. He made a major impact out of the backfield, a left side toss late game in the red zone. A.J. McCarron found him off the left side, and he just burst into the end zone nearly untouched and also managed to convert on 2 points, allowing these Battlehawks to pull away late. A trend I noticed in this game and across the entire UFL all weekend long was that scoring was at an all-time high. Each game between Saturday and Sunday eclipsed the over-under number, and today's game down at the Alamo Dome was the perfect one to cap off the weekend. Of course, high scoring, 31-24, a final. But what I truly loved about this football game, yes, as a Battlehawks fan, it is the ultimate goal to earn a victory. But the home team never felt out of the game, and it was high stakes down to the wire. The Battlehawks are finally rolling. They've got a comfortable 2-1 record to start, but of course, there are 7 weeks left of this regular season, and the Battlehawks will be back home at the Battle Dome on Saturday at 11:30, and I am happy to share that I will be in attendance at this football game. My first experience at the Battle Dome in St. Louis. I have been to the great city several times before, but never to take in my beloved Battlehawks, and looking to earn yet another victory. But of course, in front of 40,000 strong, it is going to be imperative that they earn the home victory in the best atmosphere across the United Football League. So looking at the opponent in the Memphis Showboats, they have fallen to 1-2 on the season. They somewhat have a quarterback controversy between Case Cookus and Troy Williams. Both quarterbacks got involved during Saturday's loss. And this is a team that is entirely out of sorts. Of course, they played the UFL's best Birmingham Stallions, but it was an absolute slaughter on Saturday evening. They will be hungry, but it is the toughest atmosphere in the UFL to be an away team, and I am very much predicting a home victory, especially considering that I will be in attendance. I will be providing live in-game updates on social media, and you will be able to follow along with me. Going into that game, the keys to victory for me are continuing to find numerous receivers and impact players on the offensive end. Do not rely too much on Marcel Aitman, as teams are zeroing in on his capabilities to stretch the field and make astronomical plays in big moments. So AJ McCarron has to continue to foster that connection with Akeem Butler, maybe get Ja'Cour Pearson involved, who was a fantastic player for the Seattle Sea Dragons last year. Continue to get Mateo Durant bursting out of the backfield. And defensively, I will give credit to the San Antonio Brahmas. They did a great job of containing Peter Taumapenu today, but I do not think the Memphis Showboats will be capable of doing that inside the Battle Dome on Saturday afternoon. So you have to be ready for a Peter Taumapenu sack all afternoon long. He's going to burst through that offensive line, and if he's not sacking the quarterback, you know darn well he's creating many opportunities for tackles for loss or stuffing the run game. I am extremely grateful to know that I will be part of the 40,000 strong at the Battle Dome on Saturday afternoon, and we are looking to break yet another Spring Football League record. Last week, it was 40,317, and I am supremely confident that the attendance record will eclipse that number, potentially reach 40,500 come Saturday afternoon. So, folks, I am over the moon to be sharing my Battlehawks insight with you all season long. Please continue to tune in. And as always, Caw is law. Let's rock.